Falling back in love with birds has been a journey to falling back in love with myself. Holy crap, this wood duck is back. Every time I try to talk about falling in love with birds, okay, hold on, the sun's out, oh my gosh, wait, let's look. Just kidding, it took flight and it left our area. But I will say it was beautiful while it was here, and I'm grateful. If you haven't seen the wood duck video, check it out. It's up on my page already. I want to talk now though about why birds have allowed me to fall in love with myself all over again. Oftentimes with birds, I feel like I have really been able to connect with myself and allow myself to really just be. And I think it's partially because birds are just doing their day-to-day. They're surviving, they're finding their food every single day, they're finding their shelter every single day, they're defending their nest, they're defending their young, they're raising their young. Like, they're doing all of the tasks that are really, really, honestly, really hard. And they're doing them pretty freaking well. I mean, I know obviously we don't speak bird language, right? So we can never know to what degree they are complaining about the difficulties that they encounter every single day. And I don't even know that I would want to be able to fully understand bird language. But what I can say is that birds have really helped me contextualize my own experience and allow me to not sit in the difficult, because life is hard. Life is hard enough. But with everything going on in the world and with the difficulties getting access to resources in this country and maybe even abroad, it can feel really isolating to live in the United States. And I think that my way around that isolation, or that forced sense of isolation, has been with birds. They get me outside, which is, the obvious thing that people would say birds help with. They get you grounded and looking around in your environment, so staying present in your ability to understand and contextualize what it is that's happening around you, like the actions of other people. I think a lot about the fact that birds take the cues of 6 birds around them, and in my mind, the way that translates is the 6 closest people in our lives can help dictate and fix our experience. What I mean by fix is fixate, or help us understand and place where we are in the world, because it can be lonely. Whatever. All of that is to say those 6 people will guide us in the same way that the 6 birds guide when the European starlings are doing a migration. So make sure that your 6 people are 6 people who you want your life to look like, who, when you go and spend time with them, they are the types of people that you aspire to be. They have goals, they have aspirations, they have directionality. And birds, for me, have that. They have direction, they have goals, they have, sort of where they are at the very least headed for the rest of the day or the rest of the season. They do what they're going to do and just get it done. And I think sometimes that is the hardest part about living in this world, is getting this stuff done. Like the actual completion of stuff that feels so important. And it is important. Life is important. It requires a lot of managerial, admin related stuff. And if you don't have something that you can externalize that to or relate to in your 6 people, or even within yourself, then it can be really hard. And I definitely found myself in that space at various points in my life. And I talk a lot about on my podcast, That Quirky Bird Girl, how I have been able to come back to the birds and make sure that I have a solid relationship with them so that they can be there for me when I need it. And I know that this sounds weird because birds are not human. They're not human, I know that. Birds are animals. And animals, like we know, cats and dogs, can help us change shape, get us out of the house, all of that. And it can be really important to have those positive influences in your life. Like, for example, with my cats, it gets me outside every single day. I have to throw the cat litter out every single day. Birds is the exact same thing for me. As long as I'm getting out and seeing and touching grass, I know, touching grass. As long as I'm doing those 2 things, my mental health is improving. It's improving. And there are going to be things that come along in my life that make it take a dip, but then birds can help sort of elevate it or raise it. That's my hope, at least. I will see y'all soon. Love you.